Hey, what's up gamers? Pedro here, and welcome to this episode 3 of our Football Manager series, where we are taking Gillingham to the dizzy heights, hopefully. Welcome along to this episode. Just a quick announcement before I do start sort of getting into this episode. I'm excited to announce that I am going to be starting up a Twitch channel where I'm going to be live streaming some games, maybe some Football Manager, some Planet Coaster, maybe looking at a couple of other games as well in the near future. So if you are on Twitch, make sure that you check out my Twitch channel. Link will be in the description below, and I hope to do that within the next few days. Just need to sort of look at perhaps getting the overlay, getting the camera sorted out, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, excited about that and to see where it takes us. You know, YouTube's been fantastic so far. It's been great getting some of your guys' feedback. But yeah, really looking forward to Twitch as well. And this isn't the end for the YouTube. Actually, the two will be running hand in hand. So just to recap the last episode, obviously last episode we looked at the scouting system. We also looked at our transfers, how you make transfers, and you may remember that we actually went for a player, and that player was Anthony Gerrard, the cousin of the famous Steven Gerrard. So did we sign him? Did we manage to sign him in the end? Well, let's have a look. Yes, we did. Look at that. Anthony Gerrard is just about to sign terms with Gillingham, the 30-year-old centre-back. So here we go. Let's accept this. There we go. I believe it's going to be a historic day for this club. Anthony Gerrard has joined us. He's joined us initially on a 2-year contract. I'm really excited to see him just add some experience into the centre of defence, which I think our team is maybe missing at the moment. So there we go. We've got Anthony Gerrard, and excited to see him play. So this week we're going to cover in this episode. We're going to have a little look at training. I'm going to look at the team training, individual training, and our coaches as well, and how we can assign those. And then I'm going to play through some of the friendlies, and we'll come back and we'll recap on some of the highlights on that. So just looking at the training section first of all. So just over training on here you can see, if you've not played this game before, we have sort of an overview which is quite colour coded, lots of different colours, and they represent the different aspects of our training, from fitness to tactical to attacking, defending, and that kind of stuff. Now over here you've got squad fitness. This says if the players are match fit, if they're tired, injured. And as you can see, there's a lot of our players that are tired or severely lacking match sharpness. Now remember, this is pre-season, so you are going to see a lot of that. You've got the squad training happiness. So you can see at the moment all of my players are content. I've just started with the club, so I'd expect them to be. But as we go through, hopefully we'll get some that are happy with the training schedule. May get a few of the lazy ones that are unhappy, but we'll see with that. You see the tactics that are being trained currently, just training the one tactic. Mainly because it's pre-season, I want us to get really good familiarity with that, but I would recommend sort of really at least having two. Once you're established a little bit more, at least having two tactics, so you can mix it up a little bit, if there's a game where you perhaps need to go and try and get try and take the initiative to the team, perhaps you want to have another tactic that's a bit more attacking or defensive and the like. So looking on at the team section here. Now this, you can control a few things from this. This will show you your matches that are coming up, and sort of you can look at the focus for each week. You've also got sort of a general focus up here and the intensity level. So the intensity level at the minute is set at average. Now I'm going to set that to high, just because it's pre-season. I think it's important that we sort of work on our fitness. I'm going to set the main focus to be fitness here as well, to really build up our fitness before the start of the season and the matches that really matter. You've got an opportunity here to rest before matches and rest after matches. Don't know why, but I've got a personal preference to rest after the match. I know some of you guys probably prefer before. You can have both if you wanted to, but that's what I'm going to look at. Now match preparation is something a little bit different. This is your preparation for the next match that's coming up, and they're really sort of focused on that, I believe on the day before the game. So at the minute I'm just looking at match tactics really. Now for the next week, before our game against AFC Telford, I'm going to set that to fitness, and you can see it changes the colour here. So we really want our fitness levels to be on form really for when we when we face AFC Telford, and then I'm going to set the last one just to match tactics there, just so we can try and improve our overall tactic level. Okay, next to individual. Here you can set individual training for everybody. You can perhaps look at changing their position or role. You can look at additional focuses, so that can be if you've got a play here where you want to really focus on long shots or throwing, dribbling. You can hone in on that. Now for myself, I normally just ask my assistant to set player focus, if I'm being honest. It's obviously can be quite a tedious task if you want to really sort of manage every single player. But yeah, depending on how much time that you've got, maybe you want to do that. Your staff will make suggestions in terms of who needs to be training, or who they recommend will be better suited for different positions, or who they perhaps there's a player in the squad that needs to work on their ball control. Well, your assistants and your sort of assistant feedback, actually they're going to give you that feedback. Looking at coaches now, here you can see at the minute we just got 3 coaches, so I really need to work on that to try and get a few more. A club like us, we should be having a few more really. It's broken down to 3 sections. You've got fitness, general and goalkeeping. At the minute, as you can see, I'm doing everything except for tactics and defending, so I'm really covering lots. I'm going to look at perhaps assigning some of the other coaches some of those attributes, and certainly as I get more coaches. But you can see each individual coach's rating for that aspect. So you see I'm 2-star pretty much throughout all of it except goalkeeping. You've got our under 23s manager, pretty good at defending, it looks like. Obviously if we tick that, you'll see this 2-star for ball control, so on and so forth. And our assistant manager's taking a couple there. So I'm really gonna obviously look at getting a couple of extra coaches. You can auto assign these as well. I look at getting a couple of extra coaches just to fill some of the voids actually. So perhaps a goalkeeping coach is pretty essential. I'm not the best suited for that. David Kerslak's one, and Mark Patson is the same as well. So we're going to get a goalkeeping coach to help us out with that. But you kind of get the general gist of it. If you hover over each individual coach, or click on them, then you can see their stats on the right hand side over here. So you can see what they're good at and what they're not so good at. Okay guys, so as you can see, I've gone through and I've signed a few extra coaches here, and I really believe that's going to help just improve our team and our training. We've got a few extra coaches that specialise in different areas, and already we've seen all these stats that are increasing. So I've skipped ahead a little bit. I've played a couple of friendlies, and I've also made another signing. So let's have a little look at who I have signed. So our new player, I'm not really too sure how you pronounce it, but I'm going to go for Jindrik Stanek. He is a goalkeeper, so we signed a goalkeeper. I actually took him on trial for a little bit, played him in one of the friendlies. I thought he did really well. I thought he fit into the team quite nicely. Now I'm not expecting him to be a first choice goalkeeper, maybe not even a second choice. Certainly someone that's going to come and give us a little bit of extra backup for the 2 first choice goalkeepers. Now remember, you might not know, Jonathan Bond, our first choice, is actually on loan with us, so obviously he's going to go back at the end of the season anyway, so I'm hoping that Stanek will improve, as he's quite young, and hopefully he'll look to sort of challenge Stuart Nelson maybe next season for the number 1 shirt there. So just recapping over the friendlies that I played. If we go to schedule over here, so just looking at the friendlies. Now first friendly was against AFC Telford, obviously a team that's in a few divisions below us, and it was a resounding 4-1 victory in the end. But as you can see, it was 1-1 for a little while, and then sort of late in the second half we really started to take control of the match. So let's just have a look at a few of these highlights, shall we? This was the first goal. You see Aimer picks it up, passes it to Knott, over to Hurd. Here we go, the Nuble, Aimer, Dak, Nuble, to Billy Knott. There we go, plays Emmanuel Thomas through and he slots it home. This was an absolutely fantastic finish from J. Emmanuel Thomas there. And this was their equaliser. There we go, so breaks past the defender. Now first of all, fantastic tackle it looked like from Osilaja. I thought he was going to give away a penalty. Unfortunately, it falls just into the path of their player. He slots it in. This was our second great header from Aimer, and then Knott's there to pick up the rebound and slots it in. 2-1 to Gills. It's our third goal here. Make it 3-1 towards the end of the game. Great strike from Scott Wagstaff. Look at that, 25 yards out, bottom right hand corner. Just kicked off here again, and almost straight from kick-off really. They've just kicked off after we just scored our third one. Plays a long ball straight up to the top and gets it in there half. Scott Wagstaff onto McDonald, and then there pops it into the bottom left hand corner. Great finish from him right at the end there, to give us a resounding 4-1 victory. So very happy with that result. Sort of expected really against Telford, but nonetheless very happy. And then we went to Portsmouth, or rather Portsmouth came to us, and as you can see just from this result here, yeah, it didn't quite go to plan. Did make quite a few changes in the end, and brought Anthony Gerrard off at half time, just to sort of freshen it up, and that was when they did score their first and only goal of the game. Actually ended up costing us the game. So yeah, let's have a little look at that here. As you can see, real mix up in defence, and then Smith slots it away absolutely perfectly, and you know, that's what I brought Anthony Gerrard in the team to add a little bit of experience that maybe had closed him down a little bit. Maybe we wouldn't have seen him break so easily, but who knows, as football manager you never know with these things, do you? So we end up losing 1-0 against Portsmouth. It is only a friendly. We did play, yeah, we largely got outplayed actually, which is a little bit worrying, but there was a lot of changes there from previous games, and if I'm being honest, it probably won't be our first team coming to start. Once we start the season, it probably won't be the team that I would necessarily pick. So still some positives to take out of it. You know, lots of the other players got to have a go, but yeah, hopefully that we'll see the performances improving come the start of the season. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Obviously in the next episode we'll look to start the season. Actually we've got one more friendly, and then we'll be looking to start the season. So make sure that you do obviously subscribe, hit the subscribe button below, just to follow this progress of this save, and just to see how we get on in the first games and throughout the season. Also don't forget to look out for my Twitch stream. Just a reminder, the link will be in the description below, but if you want the username is Pedro Plays UK. So Pedro Plays UK, make sure you're searching for that and following us on there. Just you know, for the schedule for the Football Manager series, I do hope to upload every Saturday or Sunday, depending on work commitments. I try and make sure that it's up Saturday or Sunday. And then Planet Coaster, which is my other series going on at the minute, make sure you check that out. Absolutely fantastic game. I aim to do that one every Wednesday or Thursday, to get that up on YouTube for you guys to view. So thank you for watching, take care guys, and have a great week.